Okay, so Cait, you own Balloons by Cait.
I do.
How long have you owned the business for?
I have been open for about a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So pretty
Relatively
new still.
Love that.
Yeah.
What is when you think about like the most surprising thing that you've learned over the last year and a half?
I enjoy, I guess, building stuff, which I've never been like an arts and crafts type of person.
Okay.
But now I'm cutting vinyl and I'm painting and coming up with like these setups, and I actually really love it.
I love that.
So,
So like
yeah.
the creativity part of it. Where do you get the ideas? Do you?
I mean, when a client comes to me, they usually have a theme in
Okay.
mind. And so they just kind of tell me like, this is my theme, this is my general budget. And then they'll show me kind of like what space they're wanting it to go. So then I'll know like, okay, we need a backdrop board, or we're just doing balloons or something. And then I just really pull theme together and run ideas off my husband, which surprised me too, because he's actually pretty creative.
I love that.
And then we kind of just piece together like our best ideas and come up with something.
No, I was watching that story that you were posting the other day where you had like paint all over, paint all over you.
I am the messiest person. I'm not like a super organized person. So our garage is absolutely insane. And then when I paint, even if I am trying to be like super careful and like do like a quick touch up, like I magically have paint everywhere on my legs, on my hands, and then like I'll itch my face and I'm like, okay.
It's like everywhere.
It's awful.
That is so funny. I love that. I feel like anytime you can be creative, like it just kind of like opens up a lot of different ideas.
Yeah.
What is your most like favorite backdrop that you've done? Do you have one?
We have a castle backdrop. We've only used it once.
Okay.
Which I haven't really advertised it too much, so I need to get better at kind of circling back to like backdrops we do have. But my father-in-law built this like 3D castle, and it just like pieces together and like it stacks all together and hooks together, and it's just so fun. So that one I think is probably my favorite right now.
How many balloons do you think you blow up in a month?
Oh my gosh.
Do you know?
I don't even know. Because I use like hundreds and hundreds for one setup.
Right.
So thousands.
Thousands.
Yes.
And do you have something that like ties the knot? Because I don't know about you, but like when I tie balloons like over and over, like my fingers hurt. Is there like a tool that you have, or you're just used to it?
I just do it and whine to my husband about my fingers. Yeah. So I tie them together. So like you blow up two at a time and tie them together, and that kind of helps. But you're still using your hands a lot.
Yeah.
So my hands get really dry and like cracked, and I just use lots of like lotion and like cuticle oils and stuff and try to survive.
Yeah, I feel like that's the worst part. Like when my kids want to do like water balloons, I'm just like, this is not
a fun thing.
Well, we have our Easter bunny home in front of us. So we're just going to, I guess, randomly decorate it.
Perfect.
We have icing and we have the candy and the sprinkles. And then we can take it home to our kiddos and let them eat it. And
they're going to love that.
They're going to love it. Yeah. Okay, so how did you get into the balloon arch business?
So my daughter she's 5 years old now. For her first birthday, I wanted to do like a little balloon garland, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll just do it myself. Like I'm a crafty mom now.
Yeah.
No.
But you are.
But I am now.
Yeah.
So I did it for her, and then for her second birthday, for my son's first birthday. And then I had friends and neighbors just kind of asking to help like throw together stuff for them. And then I was like, okay, if I'm going to start doing this, like, I guess I'll just like make it a little side gig. Like I'm a stay-at-home mom now. Like I have nothing else to do.
Right.
And then I figured like looking into doing them properly, that way it would save my hands a little bit. And then I just practiced and started an Instagram from there, and it kind of just grew from there.
Love that. And you primarily would you say it's fair that you built your business in Eastmark?
It is. Eastmark is a huge part of why my business is doing so well. They just support absolutely everything.
Yeah, that's amazing. So if someone were to get into like the balloon arch business, balloon making business, what are some things you would tell them?
To have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And to just trial and error, find what works for you. Mm-hmm. A way, like the way I do balloons or like to connect them all together may not work for somebody else.
Sure.
So like really just try everything and see what works best for you.
Yeah. Love that. Do you like being an entrepreneur?
I do. It's had its challenging moments.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not like a very organized person.
Yeah.
And I'm not a business savvy person, but luckily I am married to one.
So that helps.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure he wants to pull his hair out a lot
Yeah.
because I'm just winging it. And he's like, you need to do it this way. Or like, he shows me like the proper way to do things.
Sure.
So I'm learning as I go and he's
Yeah.
kind of just there to guide me.
Love that.
So that's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think until you own your own business, it's just like having kids, right? Like you don't really know what you're getting into until you do it.
Yeah, you have
And then-
no idea what to expect.
Literally no idea. And I think as your business grows, like things evolve. And then, just like you said, you didn't know that you would love building things and painting things, right? So I lost the feed. I just love the fact that like it just opens your mind to, like you said, you didn't know you were creative until this. So.
Yeah, my sister was always the creative one growing up.
Uh-huh.
And like she had like the pretty handwriting and all of that. So even my parents now are like, between you guys, like I never expected
Yeah.
it to go this way.
Right.
Which I think I'm just as shocked as they are. So
Love that. I love how we're doing this so differently. We really showing it, and I keep just dropping all my pennies, so it's great. Okay, so tell us something that most people don't know about you.
I don't know. I was a gymnast for 13 years.
Oh, you were? Okay.
I was.
Love that.
And then I was a vet tech.
Oh,
So
wow.
I worked with animals for a while before this.
And you haven't even dropped one. I love this.
I just dropped one.
A vet tech, that's interesting.
Yes.
I feel like that'd be hard. Was it hard or no?
It was, it had its hard moments
Yeah.
and it was rewarding all at the same time.
Yeah.
My first experience where I was working, like I was still really new to the industry, and that was a little tough because I feel like I didn't have like the best like guidance, I guess.
Sure.
And then I only worked at like 2 vet places. I worked there for a few years. My second vet job was really rewarding, and I learned, I think, more than I learned even in school there, because the doctor I worked for, she's absolutely amazing. So I did learn I don't like cats.
Oh.
I will pet them. I will like other people's
Yeah.
cats.
Yeah.
But if I ever have to work with a cat, I think I would cry.
Well, they don't like to be worked with.
Oh, no. No,
So-
not at all.
Yeah, they don't like to be worked with. So that's not fun.
No. Not at all.
Yeah, I'm highly allergic to cats. So that gives me a good reason to not pet them, because I, like you, do not like cats.
Yeah, they're just so like, 1 minute you'll be like petting them and they're fine, and then they just like turn on you and
Yeah.
decide like they're done.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't trust them.
Nope.
Okay, so did you grow up here?
I was born in Indiana,
Okay.
and then I moved here. I was like probably 9 or 10,
Okay.
I think. So
Okay.
pretty much lived here my whole life.
Yeah.
I did live in Minnesota for a couple years.
Okay. Did you like being a gymnast?
I did.
Yeah.
I miss it. I think I quit too soon. I was getting into like going into high school and kind of wanting to be with my friends and
Yeah.
experience high school, but we would have workout
Right.
5 days a week
Yeah.
for hours and hours.
Right.
But once I quit, I did coach for a while, so that
you
was
did?
exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I